Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Executioner. So today I want to talk about voting. Now, voting is a very controversial issue within the libertarian community. A lot of agorists see voting as useless, and there are a bunch of branches that see it as useless as well. I personally believe that voting for a president is useless because of the Electoral College and all that stuff. But I believe voting on local referendums and for your senators is very important here, because you can elect somebody that's either going to turn your state into a complete hellhole, or you can elect somebody who turns it into less of a hellhole. Looking at the two options, I would rather have less of a hellhole. The other thing about it is there are some issues, like if you've lived in states like Massachusetts, Colorado, Maine, and California, where marijuana was made legal, it's an important issue to vote on, because if you are libertarian, you want to get libertarian values into the public consciousness. You want to further the country into a more libertarian way of thinking. Now, I think that voting for marijuana to be legal is a better alternative than keeping it illegal, because when you have it illegal, you have gangs, you have underground criminal syndicates, and you have a whole lot of crap. Now, if you legalize it, sure, it might be taxed. Well, in my state, it isn't taxed, but it's better than allowing violence to occur because of the state's policy on drugs. And if you legalize marijuana, then it opens the gateway up to legalizing many other drugs, and we can finally end this drug war. I think that the Libertarian Party, for all of its faults, is a platform that ANCAPs and agorists or whatever can use to further their goals. If you were to take that movement and further it in the direction that you want, there is a large libertarian base within the Libertarian Party. I'm a registered libertarian voter, and I think that if you were to take that and go in that direction, you could definitely get a lot of public policy done, and you would repeal the layers of the welfare state and a whole bunch of things. Now, is it a perfect strategy? No, that's why we have secessionism, agorism, maybe Hoppianism, and a whole bunch of other things that can allow us to make our land freer, and we can eventually get away from the system of the state and move towards more voluntary forms of government, like, I don't know, housing associations or rights arbitration agencies, or just voluntary land ownership. For example, homesteading, if you go with the Lockean principles of such. I think that voting is a huge part of stemming the tide of oppression, and I don't think it's a good idea to sit out on some issues, because you have some referendums talking about whether they want to ban firearms ownership. Like, seriously, why would you willingly not vote against such a thing? Boggles my mind here. We have a written down rights for a reason in the Constitution. We have that. It's very important, be it the right to bear arms, for example. Over in England, it's a very unwritten rule, which really screwed them over on a lot of things. So in the end, I think voting is an important thing that we should all get into. It may not be perfect, but it can stem some things. And if you use one strategy, you can use another strategy. I think it's very important to vote.